Hey up everybody, Betty's back. Right, today I'm making a Cumberland sausage pie. Now, when I thought about it, I like the look of it, but the only thing with it is there's quite a few ingredients in it. So we've just been going through it now and we've got them all out. So I'll show you the ingredients and we'll crack on with it. Right, now that's our ingredients. Okay, so for the Cumberland pie itself, you'll want 1 kilo of potatoes, 1 onion, diced, some tomato puree, I'll give you the exact amounts when I'm doing it, plain flour, 2 celery sticks, 2 carrots, obviously some Cumberland sausages, some cheddar, some bay leaves, sprig of thyme, some butter, some single cream, 2 spring onions, stock cube in I think it's about 400 mils of water, something like that. That's for the filling itself. But for the Cumberland sauce, you will also need some port, the juice and zest of lemon. I can't remember whether it's 1 or 2, but I'll come back to you on that. Some Worcester sauce, red currant jelly, some ground ginger, and some lovely Dijon mustard. Now, if I've forgotten anything, which I don't think I have, but you know what I'm like, but that is quite a few ingredients. The first thing we're going to do is crack on and make the Cumberland sauce. I've never had it before, I've never tried it, I like the sound of it, so yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Okay guys, so right, we're cracking on with the Cumberland sauce. I've never actually seen it, but man says you can get it, but it's a speciality thing. I've never seen it. But anyway, this is making the homemade Cumberland sauce. So in a small saucepan, 2 inches of water in the bottom there, just bring it up to the boil. It's just gently coming up now, and it's going to be in with the zest of an orange and a lemon, and all we're going to do is plonk this in here, stick my timer on for 5 minutes and just blanch that off a little bit. Right, so that has now had its 5 minutes, so I'm going to turn that off. All I'm going to do is just strain it off, and obviously we don't need the juice for anything, we just need the rind. So I'll be back in a second. Right, so the next stage, same pan, you want about 250 mils of port into the saucepan. There we go. Right, and it says 12 ounces of red currant jelly, which works out about 300 grams or so of this, so that's like a jar and a bit. So I'm going to put that in. I'll get this red currant jelly out of here and into here. So obviously it's going to be quite a sweet tasting sauce. Just work this lot in. Ooh. In it goes. I say I've never had this before, this Cumberland sauce. So, right, that's that. Right, next to go in is our orange juice. So that's a 1/4 cup, or in old money that is, sorry, it's 1/2 cup of orange juice, which is, where are we? I'm losing track now. 125 mils. That goes in. and a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, which is about 60 mils, I think it is. That goes in. Right, next to go in is the mustard. This is Dijon mustard. Where are we? How much do we need? 1 second, bear with me. I've lost my place now, which is what I was trying not to do. A tablespoon, 1 tablespoon of Dijon. So I haven't got my tablespoon out, but I'm just going to put in what's at the bottom of this jar because there's not a lot left in this. Put that there. And what else goes in? Yes, the ground ginger. 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm just going to eyeball. That'll do it. There we go. So I'm going to put this on the heat and just bring it up to temp, and I'll be back when we're at that stage. Right, so this is coming up to the boil now, and I've just turned it down. I've been stirring it constantly with a whisk. So all we're going to do now is add our rind from the lemon and the orange from earlier on. That's going in. Okay, we're going to turn that down. Like I said, I think I've turned that down to a simmer for 30 minutes. So I'll come back, and it should thicken up in that time. So I'll come back when that's done. Right, so that has had 30 minutes. I've put it on the smaller hob there just because it was boiling a bit too much, even on the low setting. So I've gone to that, and it's simmered away for 30 minutes. It is very sweet, but you're only using 1 to 2 tablespoons. So what I'm going to do is I've cleaned one of them jars out. I'm going to sterilise it, and I'm going to keep the rest of it in the fridge. But you'll only be using about 1 to 2 tablespoons of that. We have had a look online, and you can get there if you can't be bothered to make this sauce. It's not that much of a faff, but I understand it's much easier sometimes to buy the sauce, and you can get it on Amazon. I think it was about £2.90 off Amazon for the Cumberland sauce. I've never had it before. It is very sweet, obviously, with all that jelly in it, the red currant jelly. But you can see it's thickened up. It's got a lovely gloss, and it's coating the back of the spoon there, which is what you want. So I'm going to let that cool off. And yeah, I'll probably jar it, let it cool off a bit, jar it, and then use the 1 to 2 tablespoons as we need it for today. So I'll be back soon. Right, so I have peeled and chopped up my spuds into a pan, and we're just going to boil those up until they're ready. Shouldn't take that long, about 15 minutes, would you say? Something like that. So I'll come back in a second, guys, when they're done. Right, so next step is the Cumberland sausages. So we'll get these out of the packet. And all we're going to do, I'll show you when I can get, it's linked. All right, so I'll just take one off. All right, take one off. So all I'm going to do to each one of these, going to run my knife along there, take the skin off, like so, and then each one of these sausages into half again. Simple as that. So we'll repeat that process until they're all done. Right, that's all my sausage balls are done As you can see, that's what you're looking for. They don't have to be neat or uniform, just like that, because they're just going to get fried off in the pan shortly. Right, so that's my potatoes nicely cooked. So I'm going to drain those and get them mashed. Okay, so in the same pan that I've just drained the potatoes with, I'm going to put in, hold on, the 30 grams of butter. And we're going to just simply fry these spring onions that I have thinly sliced, or reasonably thinly sliced. And we're just going to fry them up until they're softened, basically. It shouldn't take too long. Not in this pan anyway. So once again, like all the dishes, just give them a bit of love, keep your eye on stuff. Let's keep swooshing them around. So I'll come back in a second when these are done. Right, so those are softened down nicely. I'm now going to go in with the spuds, and I'm going to mash the spuds in here as we go. I'm not going to use the potato ricer. I shall be using this because these are well cooked. They're nicely cooked. You can see how easily that breaks down. This is for the topping. So, and I'm the world's worst for any lumps in potatoes, so, but I can feel that straight away. Okay, right, so we need about 50 mils of single cream in here. I'm just going to eyeball that. 1 second. Let's get all that off. Work that in. That's quite warm. I'm going to take it off the heat a second. Right. Next, tablespoon of Dijon mustard. A nice big dollop. Thank you very much. Lovely. I'll work that in. Make sure it's all nicely incorporated. Like I say, this is the topping. So there's 100 grams of cheese. So I'm just going to put a little smattering of it, the rest of it to go on top when it's actually in the pie, as the pie topping. So I'm just going to put a little bit of grated cheddar in there. And we're just going to work this mash until it comes together. And that's about perfect for a pie topping. A bit like Cumberland, I suppose, with the spring onions in there. Sort of. Ish, it's got those vibes. So that's my potatoes now done. Right, so before I forget, I'm just going to season this mash up a little bit. Totally forgot. Bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. Well, we like pepper, so in it goes. Give that a bit of a mash. So you can see how smooth that is, like. Beautiful. There we go. So that is definitely the potatoes done now. Haha. Right, so we're on to the next stage. We're going to fry off our sausage balls. 1 tablespoon of olive oil in there, in the pan. And we're going to fry these off. Turn it up a little bit. I should have turned that up a little bit higher to start with, but get these separated, of course. So we're going to fry them for about 5 minutes, I would say. Just until they're browned up. That's all you need, is a bit of colour on them. That's all you're looking for. So I'll come back shortly. Right, so they've had about 5 or 6 minutes. It's starting to brown up, so that will do. So I've just turned the heat down on that. A little bit of fat come out the sausages, so I'm not going to have to add any more oil in there. And all the residual sticky bits off the sausages there, don't worry, that will be getting deglazed in the pan with the veggies. So that's that, put aside. So, next bit, the little knob of butter, about 15 grams, going into there. I'm just going to melt that down. Lovely. So, it's now in with our veggies, our chopped onions. There we go. And our celery and carrot, which I've finely diced. That is going into there. So you know the drill. All we're doing, basically, is sweating these down until they're softened, especially the carrots, which might take a little time, but they are chopped reasonably finely. So again, just keep your eye on them. Ooh, a little escapee there. And just keep giving them some love and stirring them about. Don't let them catch if you can help it. So I'll come back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Right, okay. I've cooked that for 5 minutes. And I've cooked it with, and then I put the lid on for another 5 minutes. So that is now nicely softened up, and I can feel that. That's all softened up. So next to go in, a tablespoon of plain flour. That should do it. And we're going to stir that about, just to cook it out. Just cook it round for a few seconds. This will help thicken the sauce up a little bit as well. Right, next to go in, 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. So again, I'm just going to eyeball this basically. There's 1, 2. That'll do. So we're going to cook this out for a good couple of minutes. Turn the heat up a little bit. And we're going to bring all that together. Keep stirring. Keep your eye on it and just keep stirring it out. There we go, it's coming together nicely. Just cook that rawness out a little bit with the tomato puree. Just keep giving it the love. Basically cook it out. That's starting to come together now. Right, so the next thing to go in is our 100 mils of red wine. This will help deglaze the pan a little bit. So we're going to bring that up to the boil and let it cook the alcohol out, obviously. So you keep stirring, you can see how thick that's going already. That's really thickening up quite nicely. Right, next to go in is our beef stock. 400 mils, one stock cube, beef stock cube. That's going in there. So again, we're going to have to bring this up to temp. Let's see if we can get some of that goodness off the bottom at the same time while we're stirring. You should do anyway once it's cooked, but you said that sauce looks amazing. And I ain't even got the Cumberland sauce in that I made yet. I'll tell you what, by the way, that is delicious. Very sweet, but it's delicious. I've already jarred one lot and put it in the fridge, and I only need 2 tablespoons for this. So I've got another jar prepped and ready to go. You can see how lovely and thick and glossy that is. It smells lush as well. So just keep that going. So I'm going to go in with this beautiful sauce, Cumberland sauce that we've made. I mean, you can't really see the sheen on it there in this light, but trust me, it's lovely. 1, 2, I'm actually going to put 3 in for good luck. And there's still loads left, so that's going to have to get jarred as well. Put that to one side. That smells amazing. That really, really does smell nice. I'm just getting the bottom bits, just deglazing the bottom. So I'm going to bring that up to the boil and I'll come back to you. Right, next to go in, teaspoon or so of Worcester sauce. I'll do it, just about empties the bowl. We just bought a new one, but hey, there we go, that's that used. And we're going to go in with our bay leaves. 3 bay leaves and our thyme. And this is the bit I dislike, is picking off the little leaves. But see, excuse me. Oh, there's Missy. It's because it's lovely and nice outside and sunny. She wants to be out all the time, but she's going to have to wait until I've done this, I'm afraid. Excuse me. Oh, bit of a tickly cough there. Missy. There we go. That's got a lovely glossy colour. Really thick, unctuous. Right, so the next bit is to put the sausage balls back in. So we're going to stick our sausage balls back in. And we're almost there. And then after this is cooked, it's just a matter of an assembly job. Putting it together and whapping it in the oven. So, I think we'll put the lid on. And you want to be cooking this for at least about 20 minutes. Just keep stirring it occasionally. Done it again. Season. We like pepper, so season to taste. We like plenty of pepper. So pepper's going in. And some salt. Give it another stir. Like I said, we're going to stick the lid on this and cook it about 20 minutes, somewhere along there. Lid on. See you soon. Right, so there you go. That has had its 20 minutes. I've been stirring it occasionally. So I'm going to let it cool down a little bit, fish these bay leaves out, and we'll put it in the casserole dish ready for the oven. Right, so I've got the pie filling there, lovely, glossy, dark and rich. It looks lovely, cooled off a little bit. So we're going to start putting our lovely mashed potato on the top. And this is still warm, it's had the lid on. So all I'm going to do is do this and slap it on. Work it in at the corners. 1 second. And there's the washer. Well, it's a lovely day out there, so we're making use of it, getting plenty of washing done, get it out on the line. So it's happy days. So I'm just going to plod on with this. Like so. Oops. Doesn't matter if you get a little bit on the top like that, it doesn't really matter. I wouldn't worry about it. I certainly don't. So, make sure we get all this mash out. It's actually about spot on for the amount of potatoes. It's about 1 kilo of potatoes. Alright. Sorry about this, I'm taking my time with this. Right, so we've spread that about a bit. So, get your fork. Yeah, there's a little bit of spillage there. Like I said, don't worry. And we're just going to rough that up. I've already got my oven on, preheated. 180 fan. Gas mark 6 or 200 if you're not fan assisted. So yes, there might be a little bit of a spillage on the top there, but I don't care. We're nearly there. So our cheese. Make sure this is well distributed on the top. So there's some actually in the mash and then on the top as well. It's been a bit of labour of love, this one, making that Cumberland sauce. I think if I ever made it again, I would buy some in. But it's, I've got 2 little jars in the fridge now ready for another time, and it can probably be used. So this is now ready to go in the oven. Like I said, 180 fan for 30 minutes. So we'll come back shortly when it's done. Right, so that is out the oven now, all done. A little bit of spillage, but hey, it doesn't matter. Got my bowl. So I'm just going to serve this up now. 4 portions. Let's just see where we're at. Right, let's see if I can do this without causing too much spillage. Oh yes. Look at that beauty. Oh. That looks absolutely delicious. Just gonna come out a little bit. There we go. Just for my thumbnail. So there it is, my Cumberland sausage pie, sorry. Right, so it's taste testing time. Okay, Got my weapon. So I'm not having anything with this. We're just going to have it as it is, nice and simple. I'm going to give it a go. Let's just try some of the filling first. I tell you what, that sauce was a little bit of a faff, but why? It is really, really tasty. You can taste, it's almost like a barbecue-y sort of taste. It's rich. Everything's cooked. The carrots are cooked, which is the main thing. I'm going to try some of this mash now. You can see that looks rather nice. Well, that is a really, really nice combo. Really, really nice. I'm glad I tried it. I didn't realise like the many steps that it took to complete it. I just like the look of it. But with hindsight, I think next time, if I ever did it again, I'd probably buy the Cumberland sauce. But we've made it now. I've got 2 lots in the fridge, ready for other things that we could use it for. So I'm going to have one more mouthful. That's banging. Really, really nice. That's a definite sort of like Sunday dinner sort of vibe. Quick. Once you've done the prep, it's pretty easy. The assembly easy. But it's, yes, very, very delicious. Give it a go. So again, thank you everybody for watching, for all your likes, all your shares, all your lovely comments, and all your lovely recipe ideas. Keep them all coming. Yeah, we really appreciate it. So I'm off to watch, I'm watching the football currently, and the rugby's on this afternoon as well. So I'm going to leave you guys there, and I will see you guys very, very soon. I'll say bye for now. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.